Hi everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Tim, and I've been putting out some videos lately on overlanding. Today's going to be kind of a different video. I got some new overland videos coming up, but I've been getting a lot of questions about my plate carrier. And this isn't for Instagram. This isn't for out playing airsoft. This is for out hunting fugitives and catching criminals. As most of you know, I have a bail bond company where I go out and I bounty hunt, and also own a private security company. And people wonder what we carry on our kit, what we wear in real life scenarios where we're going out catching criminals. And sometimes that changes from scenario to scenario. But today I'm going to go over just the basics on what I have on my kit, what I carry today. And I've been wearing a vest like this since around 1996, 1997. So I've been wearing one of these things for a long time, probably longer than a lot of you guys have been born. But at the same time, this kit's really evolved and a lot of things are taken into consideration. So let's just dive into it and see what we put on every day. The first thing that we go with is, I'm just going to work from this vest from left to right. And the first thing we have here is our communication. This is our microphone. It goes through our radio. It's a hand mic. And what I like about it is when wearing this vest, I can get to it from either side with either hand. And at the bottom here, if you notice, there's a little cutout port where I can open that up and I can go hands-free. And that's very important. When I plug that in, it's going to allow me to communicate with my radio with just my earpiece in to where I can hear everything that's going on. We can talk back and forth, but we're not making a lot of noise and we're not turning people on to our location, which is very important in a lot of different situations. A lot of times we catch people when they're outdoors and places like that when we take them into custody. So being able to go hands-free and also in the earpiece is very important. The next thing you're going to find in the way of communication is my cell phone. And I picked this up. It's Amazon. I got it off Amazon. I'll leave some links to this stuff below. But with this, I like it because my cell phone is right here in range, and I may be using it to check my position on a map. I maybe receive a text message where I'm doing a voice text back, or whatever I'm doing. I like to have this screen up here in my working area, so that way I don't have to lose my peripheral vision by looking off at a screen. I can stay looking just slightly down and be able to look up and see all the information that I need to see, and it works out really well that way. And if I want to go hands-free, I don't have to worry about putting it in a pocket. It's already here, so this is where it's going to hang. And next over is identification. The state requires that we stay ID'd and have a photo ID on us, and along with our license. So in this pouch, that's what that is. Moving over to the next line on this is my flashlight. I carry the Stinger by Streamlight. What I like about it, it's rechargeable, so I have a charger in my car, got a charger here at the office and also at home, to where I can use this, and whenever it's done I can put it on the charger. It's very bright. I can see what I'm trying to find. I can do target identification with this light, so this is a very important piece of kit. The next thing over is just handcuff key. I like the bigger handcuff key to where it gives me more leverage on the handcuffs, so I keep it right there to where I can get to it very easy, followed by a pen. Just having a normal ink pen with you, sometimes 2 or 3, is very handy. And then with my camera here, I actually went with the DJI Action 5. We used to carry the full-size body cameras with the buttons in the middle, but I really prefer this one now just because low light, it's a lot better. The audio is 10 times better. I can get very good video quality in 4K with this body cam. So I've been using that lately and it's been working really good. Going on down to the bottom row here, we started using a chemical called Repulse. I'm an instructor for that. I'll probably be doing some more videos on that and I'll tell you about that later. But it's similar to OC spray, but with not quite the mess. The next thing is just having a multi-tool. These things are invaluable. You use them more than you'd ever believe. And with this, you know, you have knives, you have screwdrivers, you have pliers, you have everything you need, even a little small saw. So I like keeping that right there kind of tucked away. In the front here is one of the most important things I carry, and that's a notepad. When you're out doing a hunt, you're looking for a fugitive, you're going to learn different locations they may be when they're not at the location you're at, or if you're working security work, you're going to want to take notes and get people's names and everything down. So this one's actually weatherproof. I recommend you go with a weatherproof pad, so it stays right here at the front where I can get to it very, very simply, and I can write down the notes that I need to record. Next thing I have is a very light pair of shears. These are the medical style shears. They're very tough. They can cut just about anything. I've been carrying them for life. And I switch them out from time to time. About every year, I'll buy a new pair of shears. But these work really great. They don't take up much room, and they're pretty lightweight, so I like keeping them there. The next thing is a little controversial. A lot of people will carry a big knife on them, like a K-bar or something like that. For the type of work I've done, I've always carried this little small Smith & Wesson knife. It's not very big. And what I like about it is it's not very big and it's not very noticeable. I can tuck that back there to where someone can't see it. If I'm on the ground and I'm grappling with someone, I'm trying to get them in handcuffs in a fight, the last thing I want them to do is access a knife off of my vest and start using it on me. So I keep it kind of hidden down to where they can't really see it. But if I need to access it for any reason, I know where it's at and I can get to it quickly. I carry chem sticks next. These things are really handy. They have all different times. Some of them are only 6 hours, some of them 8 hours, some of them 5 minutes. The 5 minutes ones are super bright. You can throw them down in basements. You can throw them up in attics. It gives a real bright light for you. And these are also good for markers. If you're going to be somewhere, maybe down a staircase, maybe you're out and you went inside a garage somewhere and people are trying to find you, you can shake these up, break them, and let them know the last location outdoors that you entered. So when people are looking for you, first responders or whatever that might be coming in, they have a clue which way you went. And same thing with security work. If we're out on a scene, maybe at a hotel or church or school, we use these chem sticks. If we're going to go down this hallway, which is a long hallway, we'll break a stick and leave it there so it gives a pointer which direction we went, so when people come running in, it's quicker for them to find us this way. The next thing's our tourniquet, and it's very important. Now this one's actually made by Cat. I recommend you do the same thing. The cheap Amazon one, which isn't well tested, and the Cat tourniquet is maybe $15, $20 difference, but trust me, if you actually have to pull one of these out and use it, the $20 isn't going to mean much to you at that point. You want something that's going to go on, stay on, keep the compression, and I don't trust my life to stuff that hasn't been battle tested. It's shown good, you know, on the street, so I use that. I'll keep with that for now until something else comes out that has the proper testing with it. Next is my ASP. This is a great device. It's our nightstick basically. Has a lot of functional uses with it outside of just being a nightstick. I recommend if you don't carry one, you carry one and take a course. I'm actually an instructor for this. And why I like the ASP is I can clasp it down without having to beat it on the concrete and try to get it back in. So this is very handy, and I like it up here in my working space. The last row down is just my pistol magazines. These are for the 9mm Glock 19, which I carry. I like having them right up front here where I can access them and get to them really quick if I was to ever need them. So these are handy right here, and that's all I like to keep in this working area. It keeps it very light for me. I can crawl, I can run, I can do everything I need to do, because inside of this kit is actually some panels. These are the threat level 3As, and the reason I choose them is they're soft panels for one, and they move with my body, they protect my sides. I really like that a lot. They're not that heavy. This whole kit might weigh maybe 25 pounds at the most, about the same amount as my hiking backpack. So that's why I like to hike with that much pound too, just so I get used to moving around with that much weight. But with this, the flexible plates are my preferred way to go. Some people like the rifle plates, the rifle ceramic plates. For me, I stay with the soft one, but truly it's a personal preference. At the very end here is my medical kit. This is made by 511, and I really enjoy this kit. I've tried several of them in the past. This one just works well for me. First thing out I have inside my kit is some Narcan, and on the security side, we Narcan people all the time, at least once, twice a week. We're administering Narcan. This area is very high in opioids, so Narcan is a must for us to carry. And the next thing out would be my EpiPen. I have some people I know that have allergies, bee stings, stuff like that. One guy gets affected by mold, so having an EpiPen is very good to have on your kit, followed by a bandage. This is just one that's good for head dressing, stuff like that. And then we get into more of the stop the bleed kits and the more serious stuff. I have the packing gauze and with the red so you can locate it close really quickly. I have a compression bandage with also some quick clot in it. I enjoy that as well. Followed by a chest seal. If we have that type of incident, it's good to have one of these on us. And basically, this isn't a full trauma kit. This is a just get me to safety and keep me alive kit, followed by some stop bleed, some quick clot there as well. And in the front is very simple, just some simple band-aids, something that we're going to put on to make sure we don't get infected if we get cut or something along that line, followed by some antiseptic wipes and some alcohol wipes, which are handy to have on here. I like it because it's real compressed. It doesn't stick out very far at all. I'm still able to move and everything without it restricting my movement, so that's why I carry that. And the last thing in there is a simple CPR mask. I use this for rescue breathing. It's not the best CPR mask you can get, but it's compact, and that's what I need. I need stuff that's lightweight, compact, that will fit on this vest. So I carry a very minimal rescue breath mask, and it works out fantastic, and I keep it there. Now, some considerations for your kit. I like having it to where it will come apart here at the sides. It will also come apart up here at the top to where if you have to break it off, you can peel it off you really easy. And that's important in an emergency situation. If you get someone injured and you got to get this off of them, it's good to be able to just go these points and just take it off instead of trying to cut it off or try to shake them out of it or whatever when they're injured, which wouldn't be fun, I'm sure. So that's a requirement for me, is being able to peel this thing off without having to go to real drastic measures. On the back of it, it's very simple. My number one requirement on a kit is to have a drag strap. I cannot talk enough about these drag straps. We've used these before. We've had people faint. We've had all kinds of different stuff happen. It's good to be able to grab a hold of this person, drag them to safety, and not have to worry about it. But without having a strap on the back, it is difficult. There's some ways you can work around it, but I would just recommend going with a kit that has a drag strap, and that's very important. And with all this stuff, you need to train with it. You should access it without having to look down to see where you're at. You should be able to grab the stuff you need, return it to its places without any problems. And last is the patch. We carry the PVC patch, which I like for the weather and all. But if we're not out doing something security, say that we're going to go out and we're going to hunt a fugitive and do a bounty hunt, and we're in different towns and stuff, we'll wear this patch across the back that tells everyone that we're a bail bond agent, we're a recovery agent out looking for a fugitive. So this is the patch that we'll switch out to when we're doing that type of work. So it makes this a very versatile kit for whatever kind of assignment we have, whether we're out hunting fugitives, doing surveillance, whatever we're doing a security detail. This kit has you covered. So if you have any questions about this stuff, leave them in the comments. Tell me about your kit. Tell me something that you wear every day that you enjoy, something I might consider. Because this thing has been growing since 1996, and I'm probably not done putting new stuff on it. But I do like to keep it lightweight for the most part, so it doesn't restrict movement. I can still have speed. So please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and we'll see you in the next video.